All right, Phoenix woohoo.
All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Call me the weekday, okay? Because I can't do anything with Phoenix like I do with Gerard Phoenix. Please do not talk about my boy Abel like that. Yes, we know that he's on drugs, but that's the thing. You know what you're getting.
Dude wrote a
You know
whole
that you're
song
getting.
about being on
You know you're getting
That's
a
right,
dude.
boy. Listen, that was the song.
Listen to this. He got a Kids Awards. He got a Kid Awards for a song about coming down from a bag of blow. And he says that. He is not a teen choice. In the Scientology and whatnot, he's gonna stand up on his seat being like, "Oh my god, I love Katie Holmes. I love Katie Holmes.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Somebody clip it!
I love Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes."
Like Captain Kirk into Star Wars and like team up Spock and Yoda. Like I think that would be.
You need to just hush and just go somewhere with that disrespectful
And
bullshit.
then take,
you're talking.
like,
Oh,
You're
stop.
about to have
Bigfoot
0
Stop.
viewers.
And his teddy bears
Stop.
and like mix them.
You're fired. You're fired. How dare you disrespect Star Wars with that? Get out. Get out. Get out now.
No!
Out.
No!
Out.
It's my fucking
Think
stream.
you gotta-
No more. You disrespected Star Wars. Get out.
Listen, when we're playing the Star Wars game and you've got Bigfoot and teddy bears running around
It's not
with like
Bigfoot.
llama T-Rex things.
He's
I'm
not a
gonna-
Bigfoot.
Somebody banned Kelly from her own Discord.
Hashtag make a cancel on this
Get out.
motherfucker.
Get out.
Hashtag make a cancel on this non-Star Wars loving motherfucker.
My thing is, if I can't go and say it to my 90-year-old grandmother, I really shouldn't say it. And my 90-year-old grandmother is, she's pretty hip with the times, so.
But Granny's probably seen it all though.
She'd be
Well,
on
I'm not
Instagram,
gonna-
huh?
but I'm not. But I'm. Well, she probably would because she is still fine for 90. I'm just gonna say that.
Guys,
But,
I got a contract right here.
But I'm not gonna go and be like, yeah, my parents, they I had to go and pick them up from their drunk night because my mom peed in my car 3 times.
That is now forever out there. That is for. I'm
Yep.
so sorry, Mama Bonnie, but that is forever cemented in the house. Oh, Phoenix left.
Fucking
Oh my
lost
God.
it.
What are you jamming out to up there?
Dashing through the snow
Oh my God.
in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go.
At least we don't have to worry about At least we don't have to worry about getting DMCA'd because that was beautiful, Phoenix.
Oh, I thank you. My mama says that I would have been a great singer if I wasn't tone deaf. I think that's a compliment or something, but oh well.
Listen, everybody needs to know that they're loved. In my group of friends, I'm always the mom friend. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm a mom or like what it is, but I'm always the mom friend. It's like, are you okay? Did you eat today? Did you drink your water? How did you sleep last night? Did we have good dreams? Like, that's kind of, that's just how it works. Like,
And then I'm the asshole of the friend group, just like, what's up, bitches? I'm here.
I do not
Love
know
you,
how we are
puppy.
friends.
Fuck your feelings. Fuck your life. Bing bong.
Is there anything that you guys know that it's just a no-no? Like, you can't, you've been there, tried that, and that's just something that for the sake of your friendship, you know that you can't ever do that again.
Anal.
That's remember that friendship
Right,
mind
yeah.
you were asking about? Remember, and you were like, "Do you guys ever think the same thing?" That was it. That was it. You asked that question.
Oh, Lord.
There was no way that was rehearsed, and both of us immediately said the same answer.
Oh, that welcome in. Happy Saturday. I can't. It's so zoomed in. Apparently, we're starting the troll episode trolling.
No. We're starting the troll episode like the start of a Nick Merck stream. You know, we're in deep into Caldera right now, and we're just, you know, like 20 kills away from breaking the world record and being on top. So
I can't even.
what if I go the whole episode with this on? Just, you know, like this.
Oh my god. This is welcome to Hotmess Hotseat. This is how this goes.
Hi everybody.
So how we were talking a little bit earlier about your Saturday. Your Saturday was good for the most part. Right?
I mean, it was such a lazy Saturday, and I was kind of disappointed with myself that it was so lazy. It's like there's a point where you can't be that lazy, or else it kind of makes you question life.
I strongly disagree. I think that being lazy is not a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, that's the, you know, Hotmess brand optimized. I don't know, maybe? But...
We're chilling in a pillow fort. Literally, look, even the cat is lazy.
I think you should change the cat's name to Garfield, but that's just me, you know.
I should.
Feed him lasagna every now and then, you know. Just the epitome of lazy cats.
The irony of him being represented sleeping like that is that he's literally like right behind my green screen, also sleeping just like that, like on the floor over here. I can see just his tail sticking out under the green screen where he was like hiding. But anyways, so we are talking about trolls, keyboard warriors, and how they affect cancel culture.
Oh my god!
Is my life over?
Nani? I'm sorry. I figured that if we're gonna be talking about trolls, I should just troll the whole episode.
The whole episode? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe the whole episode. Maybe throw in some sound bites here and there. Maybe throw in some inappropriate, you know, Beyond Dre commentary for the show, or, you know, from my home run calls and whatnot.
He
like
jacks it hard. He pumps her deep. He shoots her out of here.
you know, things like that. Like, you know.
I love Dre's like little sound bites that did he do those specifically for you, or did you guys plan that?
So yeah, literally when I met Dre, or I guess when he came to my stream for like the first couple of times, because I came to his and I was just like, this guy is pretty freaking awesome. And then he came in and he's like, you know, I used to commentate sports and wrestling and all that. I'm like, really? And then he's like, yeah. And asked me for my email address. Gave him my email address. He's like, check your email. And that was one of the first ones that he had sent me, actually.
Oh my god.
The first.
I love it. I'm so ready for DWF to come back.
Yes.
I guess we're going to segue for a second. So, if y'all don't know what DWF is, it is run by Beyond Dre. He is one of our very good friends. I'd like to consider him a very good friend. He might disagree with me about me being a very good friend. But anyways, so he does this really epic thing. He created the Digital Wrestling Federation, and
your shout out will work.
There we go. And it is amazing. All the wrestlers in his lineup are all creators. Most of them you guys have been creating over the last couple weeks. I just let him create my character because I don't know anything about wrestling. But so that's been kind of cool to like see you guys all do that. But he gets everybody involved. It's amazing. It's pretty epic. My shiny is better. It's not from DWF, but it is better. It's put up at the moment until I get a shelf to put it on, because I don't want it to get messed up.
Yo, so I actually had the opportunity to hold the DWF Twitch Stream Championship, and it was glorious.
I saw that your picture in the in Gamer's Edge.
Yeah, it's on Gamer's Edge. It's on Dre's Twitch channel or Dre's Twitter, I should say, because I, for some reason, don't post in or consistently on Twitter because I suck at the Bird app. This just in: the Bird sucks at the Bird app. Who
I
freaking knew?
mean, I feel like that's not necessarily invalid, but
I mean, honestly, if I was to make a app, and I know this is just like completely getting segued off, to compete with Twitter, I think I would call it Rising Media, and it just be like that one-stop shop app that has, you know, a combination of TikTok, Twitter, YouTube,
so
all
Facebook.
in one.
Tell me I'm
No.
wrong. Tell me I'm
No,
wrong.
I'm not gonna sell anybody's information, okay? You're not gonna get calls from random folks out in, you know, India being like, "Hey, thank you for choosing Spectrum. I don't fucking use Spectrum."
Oh, we do. It's terrible. It's awful. I hate it. I want to move into an area, but we can't get anything else. So Spectrum monopolized when they were still Time Warner. They monopolized this whole area, so we can't get internet through anybody else, and it's awful. It's so awful.
Yeah, I hate the internet monopoly or oligarchy, I should say. It's just like, oh, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being your slave. I'm gonna go to the other place. Okay, bye. We'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I'm back. They have shitty internet. Told you. It's tragic out here, but it is what it is.
So, the irony of us talking about trolls and our friendship is that when I first met you, I thought you were the world's biggest asshole troll in the world.
I think it's ironic how that actually started, because I think this is around the time that we actually started to become friends and actually, you know, see through each other's bullshit.
I just remember, like, anytime I'd see your name typing in any of the servers that we were, because we had a lot of servers in common, I was like, oh my god, here we go. Like, I was just waiting for, like, the most trolly, but I had never had a real conversation with you. And then we actually had, I don't even remember where or when we finally had a conversation, but then I was like, oh, you're not as bad once you get to know you. Like, it was like light bulb. But
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I can't remember exactly when we had like a serious conversation, but it was just like, wait, what? Like, you're
Yeah.
not that
I
evil.
was like, you're actually not an ass. Like, that's, oh, okay. Well, I think that was my first real experience with, like, a troll in, like, the streamer universe, because I started the wrong way, like a lot of small streamers. I got into something that I shouldn't have, and it backfired in the end. But everybody was the whole support for support thing, so everyone was always hyping each other up and like promoting each other all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing awesome, and then here comes you. Listen, it's not that big of a deal, and I'm like, yo, it's a huge deal. And then just calling everybody out on their bullshit, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, it's so funny how I feel like that's how like some of the best friendships start, is with one or the other like thinking the complete opposite of the person, and then getting to know them and realizing, oh, they're really not that bad. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, you know, it's funny that you say that, because as we talked pre-show, as we always do, just the Twitch Twitter, or the streaming Twitter ecosystem that we're currently seeing, it's filled with a bunch of I wouldn't say negativity, but just a lot of clashing of heads. Like, still, you've kind of got, like, you know, some people poking fun at artisan builds because of the BS and whatnot that's going on. And I forget her name, but congratulations to
Kia, the girl that
Pia,
they
yeah.
screwed over. She just hit Twitch partner.
Yeah, Yeah, she just made partner, and she's having this hyper growth, which I'm actually happy about because I was gonna have a hot take on Twitter, and like I said, the bird doesn't really like to use the bird app that much, and I really need to stop quoting myself as the bird because it's weird, very uncomfortable. I think of myself as like Big Bird, then with like red feathers instead, and just like, hello everybody, I'm about to fuck your life up worse than your wife did, and I don't want that to happen, but. Yeah, I just love the fact that the whole Twitter world went through to Twitch and supported her and gave her all the respect and um you know things that she deserved and earned, honestly, as well too. So um bye to artists and brands, also bye to the collective as well. Sorry, I'm throwing names out there. But you know, a lot of that, trying to circle this back in, is kind of ironic because I think, again, Callie, is how you said that, you met me through trolling. I was still kind of that way of kind of just being like checking out, or being checked out of the support and follow for follow environment and kind of being that early, um, adapter, if you will, of that approach. Then I see a lot of people's content, at least on Twitter, maybe Twitch. I'm kind of checked out of Twitch for the last month. Has been starting to become this meta. It's not I would say the ideal content that I would kind of market around my own stream, but to each their own of just being in the know and just being that troll. It's just it's a little weird to me.
So I think there's
I don't know.
different levels of trolling, right? Like you have like your entry level where you're just kind of like everybody else is doing it, like kind of like thing. And then I feel like the next step, right, is when the other person's in on it. So I know last week I had a friend, another content creator friend, jump into a voice chat during stream and just massively trolling the fuck out of me with everything. But I was in like that's how we were. Like so I knew about it. So to an outsider, it's like, oh damn, like he's being really mean, and I was like, no, that's just us. Like we're good. Like it's all good.
Yeah.
And then you have bad trolls, right? Who just don't know when to quit. So this topic was something that I really, really wanted to talk about, but it is also something that I am skirting around with caution, because it is a big hot topic in a lot of circles right now, where just in different areas. I mean, you have like the artisan build situation happening. You had the collective. Everybody. I mean, if you're on Twitter, you watched that whole thing just crumble into shambles, in like 48 hours. So that was kind of and artisan builds went down pretty quickly too. The streamerverse is definitely not kind when they find something that everybody is in agreement that it needs to go. It goes very quickly. So
Oh, yeah.
whether it be through trolling or through the other opposite end of the spectrum, which for me is keyboard warriors, who you can't tell them shit about shit and they just know everything, and they are the keyboard Karens, and our friend Dre calls them Clyde. He said on one of our Twitter responses. So I have kind of played on that, and we have keyboard Karens and cancel Clydes. Those are your keyboard warriors, and they take things to a whole other level. To that point, it's not even trolling anymore. It's just like, and I have to give them props, because to be a keyboard warrior, it takes a lot of passion. Like you have to have just super strong passion to just go against the current of everything else, regardless of what all the signs are telling you to do, right? Whereas trolling, I feel like eventually it dies out. Keyboard warriors usually don't. They just keep going. Or at least that's my perspective. Do you agree?
Yeah, I personally think that keyboard warriors and trolls are two distinctively different things, at least with their intent. So, troll, for example, I always come into your stream and say something smart ass because that's what I do. I wouldn't do it to anybody else's unless I'm comfortable with them. Or kind of on the Twitterverse, you'll see that. Now, keyboard warriors in a way are also identified as gatekeepers or quote unquote social justice warriors.
Sometimes, yeah.
So it really depends on what they're doing that would, you know,
It definitely
kind of
depends on the
make me
topic they're
think.
fighting for.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, like if we're talking in the realm of, you know, good old stream Twitter, we know a lot of them by name that are fighting the good fight, and honestly, they're at least to a lot of, or the majority, they're just, you know, outside of a crowded building screaming that the world is about to collapse, and you're looking at them and just like, dude, just go somewhere else with that. And then, you know, a month or so later, this big thing happens, and then it's just like, holy shit, you're right. So, I don't mind them. They are a part of the internet, and that's what all I have to say about it. You know, it's just how do you navigate through the trolls and the keyboard warriors is what makes you stronger.
Well, and they both affect bringing cancel culture into it. I mean, cancel culture is already we could do a whole show just on cancel culture. But I feel like they both affect it differently where with artisan builds, there was enough just what is the word? Like memes, I guess, and things that went out of like just different people taking, what was his name? Noah, is that what his name was? Like just kind of clipping down what he said and like working it into whatever, to where everybody was laughing except for I'm sure Artisan Builds and him, because they were the butt of the joke and they were not in on it. So I feel like that ultimately with everything else, I mean, led to a lot of different people who worked with that company coming out and being like, oh yeah, this and this happened, or I got screwed this way and this way because they backed out of what they said. It can lead into something else that eventually got the company canceled. Whereas keyboard warriors feed into it because I feel like when you have a social justice keyboard warrior, usually the intentions behind what they're doing is good. They might be going about it not so great a way. I don't want to say the wrong way, but just not so great a way. Whereas just a regular keyboard warrior is like, you feel so strong behind your screen with your keyboard, don't you? Like but I mean, eventually that can lead to there's just so much crap around whatever their topic is that it ends up being canceled just by default because it's like nobody wants to deal with it anymore. So I guess that's the positive and negative of cancel culture when it comes to where trolls and keyboard warriors play into it, because then it's just like, oh, we canceled this thing and it's a good thing, versus, oh, they canceled this thing because just nobody had the time or energy or will to deal with it any longer. Like,
geez. So I guess getting back into this whole cancel culture thing, I'll raise the question. Do you think it's too much at sometimes? Do you think that we are attempting to cancel you know, different trolls or warriors or people in general just too right off the bat?
yes and no.
Okay. What are some examples of yeses and nos?
So I think that when okay, hold on. We gotta square dance here. I think when certain companies or people within companies or even just certain like individuals mess up. They took a joke too far. They weren't paying attention to what they said. They crossed a line somehow. people are quick, masses are quick to, oh my God, cancel that person, cancel that company, cancel whatever it is. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's out of here. Okay, last I checked, everybody, at least that I'm aware of, are human. And humans fuck up. They make mistakes. Like, shit happens. Does somebody deserve to be canceled right off the bat when they make a mistake? In my opinion, 90% of the time, no. Now, there are exceptions where, yes, like, okay, yeah, that person needs to be canceled immediately or whatever it is. But 90% of the time, it's a mistake. Like, be patient. See if they fix it. If they get called out on it, if they fight through all the trolls that come with messing up, especially in content creation or in the public eye of any sort, see what they do. Like, okay, so they messed up. Did they apologize? Did they genuinely apologize? Or did they give you that blanket, like, company apology? Oh, we're sorry, it'll never happen again. Like, and not actually doing anything, proactively doing anything about it. So it just, I think that we're very quick as a mass to cancel literally anything and everything. And it gets worse when you bring in social media into it. When you have TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all of these things where there's just thousands and thousands of people have public platforms that draw attention of thousands of other people for literally no reason other than they don't like this one thing. But if you get enough people that don't like that either, then it's very easy to cancel something. Again, I mean, we watched the collective fall in like 48 hours. They were called out, and then all of a sudden it just took off and went insane, and it crumbled entirely. Was that something? I'm not going to speak on how I feel about like if it was necessary or not, because I wasn't part of the collective. I have friends who were, but all I know is their stories. So for me, I'm not saying their stories are just hearsay, but in a way it is. Like, it's just, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. In my opinion, I don't have a right to have an opinion on that because I wasn't there for it. I'm just seeing the aftermath.
You're better than me because I always got my opinions on things. So
I try to stay Switzerland, okay?
Sometimes you can't be Switzerland. You've got to be the big guns, okay?
True. That's why I have you.
Here,
who needs a hammer when they have one? Like,
you know, who has a designated, cancel matter subject if you don't want to get canceled yourself. But anyways, so I have had my run-ins with the collective members, with a number of people you and me know. One of the ex-members that we won't name because that's just rude. But I did have a friend who got started in streaming for a very small while just to, hit affiliate. She did. Cool. Great. She didn't know the name of the team. She was calling the team name by the founder, which was hilarious. And I was just like, But I knew of the collective through my days of messing around with Space App. And in case you guys don't know what Space App is, it's Hover. It's just my favorite way of calling it, some app, because Twitter, Bird App, TikTok, Clock App, Facebook. I don't have a name for that one. Book app, I don't know. But anyways,
Facebook is the bitch app. Like, everybody bitches on Facebook, I feel like.
Okay, fine. Bitch app, old person app. Anyways, Space App did, they still do the weekly cash prizes. I haven't been around in quite a long time, but they did the weekly cash prizes for clips. And as it grew, there were members from the collective which would enter in, and I would just watch that and see, hashtag the collective, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to figure out, okay, where are all y'all coming from? Holy cow. But the long story short of why I'm going on with this is, in case anybody didn't know of why the collective fell, The founder decided that he was going to do a giveaway for recruitment, a stream deck, a not the small one, but the one that I currently have, like the big one, this one, like this size. In case you guys are wondering, it's a pretty penny. These are not cheap things. They're like 150 to 250 bucks depending on which size you get. This one is the 150 buck one, so it is a decent prize value. The winner was communicated but never received the stream deck. The founder said that he was running into hard times. The what I would consider social justice warrior, keyboard Clyde, or keyboard Kieran. I I'm gonna use our terms that we have right now.
Cancel Clyde.
Decided Clyde decided to post on Twitter similar to what he did with Artists and Brands and say, the founder kind of went back on his word, had, great proof and whatnot. And streamer Twitter went bonkers. I think it did take about 48
It was like 2
hours
days. Yeah.
Yeah, it took 2 days for Blood Reaper Gaming, the old founder of the collective, to come out in his Discord and announce that he is no longer pursuing a career in streaming. He did lose his partnership with Sneak Energy and
I saw that.
passed down his ownership of the collective to another higher ranked member, which I think it was decided that it's completely disbanded and there's a new organization being started. So
Supposedly.
I say that because I want to go back to the whistleblower incident of I didn't win my stream deck, so WTF. I think that was good nature. He was just saying, hey, if you get in the collective, be careful about, the empty promises. Because it kind of sucks when, you announce that you won a giveaway and you're not actually getting it because homeboy decided that, other things were more important. Oh, I forgot to mention the big part. Dude could not afford to make a $150 purchase for his community, but made a $300 to $400 purchase of an Xbox Series S for his wife.
Mm-hmm. And that was the big thing, I think, was that he said it, and then he tried to deny it. That he wouldn't, because there was another clip where he was like, I didn't say I was going to give away a stream deck. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just completely playing dumb.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like for someone getting canceled, that's the default mode, right? Is, they deny. Like, just to that, nope, I didn't do it. The problem is, especially when you're doing something like that within content creation and your live, clips are a thing that exist. And once it's out there, it's out there. Like, you can't... Once someone makes a clip of your channel, if you don't pay attention and, either delete the clip if you don't want it there, or set moderation settings on your clip limits, people can take those clips and do virtually whatever they want with them. Because it's so easy now to go through a third party, like Streamladder or something else, and download someone else's clip and edit it to how you want. Like with TikTok, they call it it's stitching on TikTok, where you take someone else's and stitch it into your video so it all looks like it's part of something that you did. So it's just, you have to be super aware. In that situation, I feel like the immediate cancel was justified, especially because there was enough that came out. It is funny how, what's the phrase that they say in, shit runs downhill. It's just one person finally was like, hey, I'm tired of shit being dumped on me. Here we go. I'm gonna loud it out. And then everybody else was like, oh, well, here. it was justified because, yes, now all these people are coming out of the woodwork, but everybody had receipts. Like, it was just, everybody had proof, hard proof of what they were talking about. They weren't, like, edited things. It was legitimate. Either a live clip that was pulled or a screenshot of a direct message that was sent. Like, it was just with back and forth. I think that that's what makes the difference between something that deserves to be canceled immediately and something that you need to give it a second to recuperate.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be devil's advocate right here because although I don't really stand for what the collective was about and the requirements that people had to do to join and the benefits that they were getting, the hollow benefits, I always do throw that what if out there, you know, with BLG or BRG about the finances. Not even the finances, more of the I guess time to respond. I do hate how, and it's not the keyboard warriors that I'm gonna come after, how the trolls continuously destroy and drag and slander on, well, not even slander, but drag the situation on, because it they're already about to get canceled, but why are you going to drag it on, make memes, do all that stuff? It's just, it's unnecessary. You got to remember that we're all people too, and we all make mistakes, and we all need the time to, you know,
To make it right.
Make it right, or just, I guess, yeah, what Blood did, just fall off the face of the earth at this point. I know that there were situations as well outside of this collective situation, and also still onto more content related within the DVD realm of Spook and Jukes having a video on YouTube that was unlisted because well, not because he did this, but he had a portion of the video where he was just trolling on somebody who used the N-word in a bunch of his messages to Spooks, and Spooks was just like, "Oh, does a real N-word cry over a game?" And I kind of laughed over that because it was just like, "Yeah, it was stupid." So, and then again, the DVD community has relentless as they are trying to get this guy canceled without knowing the full story of it. So, I don't know. I hate how the trolls, how the internet can spread like wildfire, and the trolls just, you know, try and make memes or just antagonize or just beat a dead horse to the point that they're benefiting from it or getting credit over something that they didn't even call out in the first place.
And that's like a whole other thing, right? So
oh yeah, and
we're
just real quick, I know some of the people who do this, and I think that you're ridiculous for saying that you caused a downfall to something or making Twitch safe. Be the spectator that you are and find something else that you were really responsible for. That's my rant.
That's my tea sip. We're spilling hot tea. Hold on, wait. There we go. All right. So, I think when it comes to trolling someone, you have to know trolls are not necessarily a bad thing. Like, they can help you with content. They can help give you, you know, a thing. But as someone who, I don't really troll people. It's not my thing. Like, it's the mom in me. I don't know what it is. Like, it's not my thing. I don't hate on people who do it if they do it correctly. And there is a correct way to troll, right? You have to know when to stop. Like, there has to be a point where it's just like, okay, at this point now you're just beating a dead horse. Like, stop. It's over. Like, be done with it. I think the people that continue to dwell on things that are essentially over, and they keep bringing it up in the name of content or whatever they want to call it. It's the restreaming streams, it's the hate raids, it's the, you know, all of that stuff that is just like, you are part of the problem if you're participating in those things. Where it's just like, that's not, especially when it comes to cancel culture. And in my opinion, this is my own personal opinion, if you are partaking in those things, hate raids, like troll restreams, whatever it is that you're doing that is just not, if you're finally approached and asked to stop and you keep going, or you use that message of being asked to stop as a way to kind of ramp up what you're doing, you are just as bad as whatever it is that you are trying to cancel. Because
I would agree with that.
You're just, okay, so I have a 9-year-old, right? My 9-year-old comes home all the time. Little Bobby John on the playground was a jerk, and he did this. And the other day he comes home, scraped knee. What happened? We were playing, he hugged me, I said stop, he called me a baby because I wasn't playing it right. I started chasing him, he started chasing me, he pushed me down. Okay. It's the same concept when you're older in the stream world. You don't like what someone said, you called them out, they chased you, you chased them, you pushed, whoop, now me throwing my headphones everywhere. You push them down on the ground and now there's a whole thing, right? So it's just, there's a lot of times that I just shake my head and I'm like, oh my God, it's like going back to middle school all over again. Like, it's just, they tell you when you're going through the worst parts of high school, eventually high school ends. No, it doesn't. Like, no, it doesn't. The only difference is you don't have homework in class in the morning. Like, it doesn't, and the teachers don't give a shit what you do because you're an adult and they don't have to deal with you. You can be fired or kicked out or whatever it is. High school doesn't ever end. You get to high school and it never ends. Honestly, like, it's just, that's what it feels like all the time. And it gets to the point where it bothers me. Now, you could turn that around and say that I'm also part of the problem because 90% of the time, I just watch it. Like, I literally just watch people set fires and I'm just like, oh man, that sucks. But like, I have enough fires going on in my own life. I'm not about to put out yours. So I'm not the best at standing up for what's right or whatever it is. Like, I just kind of, if it's a really good friend, there's a difference. Now, like, if you were to message me one day and you were like, Callie, listen, XYZ is happening, this person's doing this and this and this. First of all, if you're messaging me about it, I know it's really, really bad. Because I can't imagine you coming to me with troll help for anything, but that's how I would know and that would be different because then I'm going to become your keyboard warrior where I'm like, oh no, like this is not a thing. Like, you're not coming after this person like this. And I've had to do that for certain friends with other friends where I'm just like, no, like, listen, like, I'm an adult and I can make adult decisions. And I know when to draw the line. I can separate things. If you have a problem, that's your fault. Like, that's not my problem. Like, it's just, that's a you problem, not a me problem. I know how to balance the scale. If you don't know how to balance it, that's a you thing. So, but I don't do the trolling thing. It's just not, I don't know. I don't get it because, and I feel like people take it way too far. Like, you need to know when to quit because it turns from trolling to just flat out bullying and being an asshole, and like, that's not, nobody likes an asshole. Like, that's just not.
I mean, what? I'm here.
You're not an asshole. See, this is the problem. Is that people don't know you. So people who think that you're an asshole don't know you. And I feel like that's 90% of the time, like, when we're talking just outside of all of this. And you're like, oh yeah, so-and-so hates me. Why? I don't know. Like, have they ever had a conversation with you? Nope. Oh, well, that explains a lot. Like, it's just, Because I was one of those people who completely judged you. And then I was like, oh shit, like you're actually not a bad person. Like it's just, I can't tell you how many times I've had to apologize to someone for that. For being like, I completely misjudged you and I owe you an apology. Like, actually, I'm kind of the asshole for assuming that you were the asshole. Like, so I don't think you're an asshole. If I did, we wouldn't be friends. I would just be like, nope, I don't stay friends with assholes.
All right. I guess I'm failing horribly in that department. Oh well. I guess it's a good thing.
Are you trying to successfully be an asshole? I'm sure there are several people out there who would completely disagree with me, but
I don't know at this point anymore.
listen, like, it is what it is. Like, it's just, I think that trolling is acceptable as long as the person that you're trolling is somewhat in on it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then there's the other side of trolling, right? There's the trolling for marketing use. And we see companies do it all the time. I just watched G Fuel do it when they announced the Ninja partnership, and they made it look like their Twitter got hacked and like it was a whole thing. Like it was, I still don't know if that was real or not. I didn't.
It probably was a takeover though.
But then they came out and they were like, just kidding. Like I mean, they recovered from it very well. If it was like, they just kind of play that shit all the way off. We're like, yep, we did that on purpose. Like, which is why I think they recovered almost too well, which is why I think it wasn't like, I feel like everybody was being trolled in that situation. Like that was just, there's no, we all got rickrolled. Like that was a thing. Like that, no. They recovered way too well for that to have been a panic surprise. Now, who knows? Maybe G Fuel just has their shit that together. And they're just like, oh, this happened. And they freaked out. But online, they were just like, cool, calm, collected. Like, yeah, we did this. Like, I don't know. But
yeah, personally, I think G Fuel is high up there that, you know, they have that ability to recover and not have that much damage like any other brands that, you know, they say something really stupid and it's like, oh yeah, no, we ain't effing with y'all no more. They've got that loyal brand.
That's true.
Or loyalty to the brand. So
I sure that was, Twitter is a fun place to be sometimes, especially when you're a watcher, because it's just like, oh man, like the things, and I'm very active on Twitter, like, but I stay far away from, I try to stay far away from Twitter trolls, because the subtweeting thing, the screen, again, it goes back to the, you know, the restreaming and the everything else. Like when you're taking screenshots and doing subtweets and just twisting things upside down and molding it to how you want it molded, it's just very, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. I try to stay away from it. Like, I don't, it's not worth it to me. I left high school, graduated in 2010. I don't plan to ever, I'm not going to reunions. Like, that shit is behind me. Like, I am 30 years old. Like, if you want to be a high schooler, go be a high schooler over there. Like, I'm an adult. I'm trying to raise a tiny human. Like, I don't need to worry about raising a tiny human to growing up to being just a tiny human in adult form. Like, that's just not, I need a responsible child that I am raising. So I'm trying to raise him to have the same mindset as me. But he's also coming up in the content creation world. He's very active with following some of the bigger names on YouTube and trying to be, I guess, the next ninja of Fortnite. Like, I love him, but he's not that good.
See, that was a mistake right there, is that you haven't watched Ninja.
He doesn't watch Ninja. He watches Oh man, the people that he watches, I don't even think are like gamers. Like they're just genuine YouTube content creators.
See, that is a mistake right there. You let him watch the YouTube content creators that don't even do gaming.
Those
So
are
he
the
doesn't
only
know how
ones
to
that are
properly
appropriate.
react correctly to things.
Well, those are the only ones that are appropriate. He's 9.
So
Have you seen some of these videos? I would not let him watch like Nick Merckx or Tim the Tap Man.
yeah, I mod for you. I know what goes on.
Can you imagine him watching like? Anyways, not me trolling my own child. Like he's not here. He's at his dad's. Kiddo, if you ever watch this, I love you.
I was gonna say he's probably watching this from a secret tablet you don't know about.
It would not surprise me. He is my biggest cheerleader though. Like he tells all of his friends, he's so proud of me. He's like, my mom's a streamer and she plays video games on Twitch and hers is the Hotmess hangout. Like he's got his own little shirt that he wears and he's like, I'm a pillow fighter. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the cutest thing. But I'm like, please stop promoting me to your friends. Like I don't need a bunch of 9-year-olds in my life.
Come on.
I
Come on,
swear
keep
a
that
lot.
free
I drink
advertising.
even more. I see.
Tell him it's happy juice. It's adult happy juice.
Happy juice, all right. He does really good though, like on stream when I'm streaming, and then he's like, "Everybody, get your merch! It's at the merch site." Like he's my little the hot dogs and peanuts guy that walks around the stadium. Like that is my son for me. Like he's just
What a legend.
Okay, so do you have a time where you have had to deal with being trolled, where it went too far, or you were just like, enough is enough, and I'm done with this? And how did you deal with it?
Man, I guess I can tell the epic fail troll story of when I was live one time, and it was my quote unquote rookie year of streaming and also streaming my main game, of course. So within my main games community, we have if there is a food chain, I guess like the content creators are on top. The main ones, I know them by name. You've got the probably respectable comp players under them that are, strictly competitive. They might stream here and there depending on if they have to for like the big tournaments. The kitty comp players, which are the younger guys, and then like I guess like us at the bottom of the food chain, like the smaller content creators still trying to make a name and whatnot. So, kind of in that position where I'm like smaller content creator still, so trying to figure it out, play this game, go up against this guy, kid of course, and within the game he's being toxic and trolling, doing the good old bunt dance and whatnot, and replaying all of his home runs. He was so fucking good. Like I don't know how I got matched up against him, but then I got other trolls going in here within my Twitch chat of just like, you're kind of a dumbass because you're explaining this horribly to people. Because I noticed that he was a top player because he had like a top 50 banner, but I didn't know how many times he had accomplished it. So your banner changes colors every 5 times you achieve a top 50. So he achieved top 50, I think, like 6 times at that point, and it was golden. And so I got corrected. I was getting shit on in game and in chat. Dre was lucky enough to be in there to ban all the people shitting on it, so I wasn't taking that shit. But I definitely paid way too much attention and let my mood just like get out of funk because of how bad the chat was going and how bad I was playing that I just failed at that, and it's just pretty much a regret. But the one thing that came out of it that I think I redeemed myself from is I actually have a clip of it of me saying like, honestly, this is just a learning lesson for me because I'm not a comp player. I never said that I was a comp player, and you're just really good that I can, take this L and learn that I just need to get better. So go ahead and just, give me all the, hard mercy rules that you can, and this
Give me some more slaps, Daddy.
was something that came out of it. So
That's one of
long
my
story
favorite
short-
sounds that you have. Like,
so long story short, I get trolled. I have
Give me some more slaps, Daddy.
become the origin of it, and I'm not too bothered by the trolling and the ass kicking that I got. So
okay. So you basically took it and was like, okay, well, that sucked. Let's learn from it so we don't have to deal with that bullshit again. Essentially.
yeah, it was like a good 30-minute ass kicking and just getting shit on by the immature folks of the community, and the soundbite came out of it, and I don't know, everything was
See, it wasn't
back
all
to
for
normal
naught.
after that. Yeah, and I mean when it finished, they were gone. Well, they're all banned, but they wouldn't have stayed in the chat if when the game was over.
Yeah.
So I guess the moral of the story is that trolling is only temporary. They
So
just look around for a little bit and then they're gone.
that kind of segues for me into like, you have like your hate raid trolls, right? That's a big thing that's coming back around on Twitch again since I've started on Twitch. This is the second time that I've seen it make its rounds. I'm sure
Again?
it's every few months, but I feel like since I've started this, I've only seen it happen twice, where it's been such a big thing. First it was within the LGBTQIA plus community. Then I saw it again with a lot of my like African American content creators, like where they were dealing with the whole, especially during Black History Month and things like that, they were dealing with a lot of hate raids. Then it was like for a little bit there, it was just like women in general, and now it's slowly easing its way back around to the LGBTQIA plus community again. And I literally watched it happen to a friend of mine who is a streamer within that community, where he was just getting bombarded with assholes that were just saying the most hateful, horrible things. And it sucks because he is one of the most kindest people I know. Like, and I'm just like, he's so funny and full of life and just energetic. Shout out to Super Taco. And I watched these people just come in and he was just like, you know what? Like, I don't even have time for your bullshit. Like, whatever. Like, we're playing a game. Bye. Like, there's the door. He was so calm and collected, and it was just amazing to see. But now you have all of these, like, these streamer tips and these videos and these articles that are out about what to do when that happens, right? When you're being massively trolled while live through either a hate raid or just your chat, like, what do you do? So, and I've seen everything from just end the stream, like, without saying anything, to like buttons with multi-steps that people have put on their stream deck where they push a button and it like deletes the chat and puts it in sub-only mode and changes to the BR back screen, like all in one fell. Just push the button and then it all happens, right? And then so in your opinion, what is the best way to handle something like that? Like, if we were here on Hotseat right now and we were to get hate rated right now for whatever reason, and we just have floods with all of this stuff, how do you think that we should handle that?
Yeah, so I think that the best way to go about it is to not abandon ship. Don't do it. I would say have that button there, or if you've got a decent size of your community currently live, just drop whatever you're doing as a streamer until you're chat to ratio the MFers out. I when Haas was a thing, and we all know how busy I was with Haas.
The good old Haas hammer.
We all know how busy I was with Haas.
Still the world's ugliest paddle.
Just put that. We can talk about that later, okay?
World's ugliest paddle.
My fraternity brother made this with care, okay?
Okay, I don't deny that it's sentimental. It might be very sentimental, but the Patriots are just fucking terrible. And
anyways,
there's the extent of my trolling.
At least you didn't have to resort to somebody not tying to get into the playoffs. But anyways, when Haas was a thing, there was a bigger creator that probably had like 100 or so people in his chat that would just, spam emotes until the Haas hate raid comments weren't even visible. So something cool like that, just to have the community together. But I wouldn't say back down and end stream. That's what they want you to do. And quite honestly, I'm not about to bow down to somebody saying like, no, you're worthless. Just end everything that you've got going on for you right now. Like, no, that's not happening.
So where's your line between or do you have a line between interacting with trolls and kind of just like, I've seen people say like, okay, so on the other side of, have your button, your panic button, we'll call it, or just ending stream, then you have the people that say turn it into a moment, like make content out of it. So where's your line where you're like, okay, this is going too far now, like it just needs to just ignore it, and then hopefully it will eventually fizzle out.
So if my mods don't get to it, because I know a lot of them have different tolerances to how everything goes, I have a defined tolerance to trolling. Don't tell me to off myself, because you don't know where I'm at mentally, or you don't know where anybody at is mentally, to say that and potentially do something that is irreversible. And two, racial slurs, just no. Why? It's 2022. So those are the two no's that just no. I actually have had weird, this is very questionable, trolls as well, and I hate that I have to bring it up, but you gotta be careful with this. I've had people say that they have a mental disability, which causes them not to be able to remember stuff, or like short-term memory, and that one is a little scary, because it's just like, are you trolling, or are you not?
Yeah, you don't want to tell someone, okay, you're full of shit, when they're like, no, I'm really like serious, like that's legit.
Because the thing that I remember is they came in chat, they said hi. I'm just like, yo, what's up? Welcome in, because they're a first time chatter, of course. Just had chit chat, and then they threw this bomb on, well, not a bomb, but like threw this information on me, and I was like, oh, okay, no worries. And then proceeded to say reset their sequence and go through as if they were new again. And then that's when it's just like, I don't know how to tread this right now. So it's like, do you ignore it? Do you just, I guess, like, just let it be? And at that point, I just said let it be. I didn't really acknowledge it again. So it is what it is at that point.
I think that is, for me, the line of just ignoring it and like moving on with it would be the same. Like, I don't deal with people telling you to go and unalive yourself for TOS purposes. my mental health is we kind of went over that during our mental health episode where my mental health is not the greatest. And I do have several diagnosed mental health disorders that honestly, something little like that not necessarily would push me over the edge. But if I'm already in a negative state of mind, it's just like one more thing that I internalize where I'm just like, oh, well, that person would rather me not be on the planet. So I don't deal with that. I don't deal with slurs of any kind, whether they be racial or towards, the LGBTQIA plus community, or towards women, or towards men, or I don't deal with slurs at all. Like, it's like you said, it's 2022. Like, get over it. Like, find something else. Something else. Like, there's enough information and resources and things out there that if you're still using slurs to get your bullheaded thing across, like, find something new. Like, it's just pick something else. I also don't do anything that deals with kids. So I deal with infertility. We are coming up on the anniversary, actually tomorrow, of a loss that our family went through when it comes to losing children. And I've lost 2, and my husband has lost 4 in total, our 2, and then he previously lost 2 before we got together. So, and I'm not talking about miscarriages, like genuine, we have urns and coffins and grave sites that we have. So I don't deal with people talking about hurting kids at all. Like, I don't. Same thing with jokes about sexual assault. Like, I don't deal with that either. Like, I'm just like, nope. I am a lot less vocal about it, especially when it comes to things like sexual assault jokes and stuff like that. I'm just like, nope, this is not the place for me, and I just exit. I just leave. But if you talk about hurting children, especially hurting my children, it's that's a whole other animal for me. I won't ignore that. I will 100% address that in full mama bear mode. Like, I don't. That's a hot button for me. That's what we call it in our house. That's my red hot button where I'm just like, nope. Like, that's nope, and I will literally drop everything I'm doing to address it. After I've banned you. Like, it's an insta ban, and then I will immediately address it, because I know even when you're banned, you can still see the stream. You just can't talk in it at all. So I'm gonna ban you, and then if you want to go back and clip my reaction, like, you're gonna clip a very pissed off Cali, because I don't deal with it. I don't like games that deal with it. They deal with really, like, thematic elements of, like, hurting children or sexual assault.
I'm sorry about Heavy Rain. I know that you're giving me the evil look right now.
I'm not. Okay. In my defense, I should have stopped. Like, for I should have stopped when the first one got hurt in the very first, like, 10 minutes of the game. And then the very next chapter, the next one got kidnapped. That should have been my line, where I was like, nope, but I was trying to be I don't know what I was trying to do, but I played it, and I won't ever do it again. But you know what? That taught me something. I learned something from it. Now when people say, hey, you should play this, I don't just blindly play anything anymore. I actually do a little bit of research into it to see whether it be pulling up other streams to kind of watch gameplay, or YouTube, or whatever it is. Like, I look at trigger warnings now. I don't ever just blindly jump into anything, except for games like I blindly jumped into Horizon, and it was the best thing I ever made, except for now it's all I think about. I'm low-key obsessed. But like, I will blindly be jumping into Hogwarts Legacy when it comes out. Because I've been waiting on that game forever. So, like, there are things that I know my own personal limits, and I pushed my limits on that one, and I shouldn't have, and that's on me, not on you. All you did was suggest the game. I didn't have to play it. I could have
I
just as
thought it was a
easily.
great story. Okay.
It was not a great story. It was awful. No offense to anybody who likes Heavy Rain, but it was terrible. And if you haven't played it and you're a parent, do some damn research before you play it, because I promise you, it will trigger you. Even if you haven't had any bad things happen with your children, when you're looking at it from a parent's perspective, it changes everything. And I'm always in mom mode. Always. Like, I don't know how to not be in mom mode. Like, I've been in mom mode since I was a kid. Because I used to take care of my little brother. So, like, I don't know how to not be in mom mode. And everything gets looked at through Callie's eyes and then through Mama Callie's eyes. And it's just, I don't know. But maybe if I wasn't a mom, it wouldn't have been so bad. But as a mom, especially as a mom with a son, I was just like, oh no. Like, I couldn't. That was intense. That was an intense one. But, yeah, like, there are certain hot buttons that I have. Now, most of the time, my mod team, shout out to you and French, Super Taco's been there, Dre's been there a few times, Eternal's been there. Y'all catch it before I even do. And I'll see the message, and then all of a sudden I'll see deleted by moderator. And I was like, what did you delete? Like, and then I was like, oh, okay. Like, it's, my mod team is amazing. When I don't have mods, it does frazzle me a little bit, just because it's not very hard to frazzle me. But I'm just like, like, what? Like, why? And then I'm just like, you know what? Nope. And I'm like, we're not dealing with that. And we just delete it and keep it trucking. Like, I'd rather not engage. And people that can make content out of it, cheers to you.
We ban them, then unban them, gift them a sub, then ban them again.
Oh my god. I still can't believe you did that.
I think we got a couple that still have subscriptions, though.
I'll have to look on my sub list. But and then I have, like, you, where, like, I'll have one mob ban them, and you're like, wait, and then you unban them just to have a conversation with them, just to ban them as soon as they say something. But this is why you're the Banhammer mod. Like, that's just, it is what it is. Like, I have, and it's also why you're in the most inner circle. Like, there are 3 people on the most inner circle of my content creation ring. And I would go to them with anything. There are only 2 people that I do actually go to with everything, and you are one of them. So thanks for that, sir. Handling all the trolls in the hangout. Okay, so has there been a time where you have trolled and took it too far and had to be like, oh shit, like, I was in the wrong in this one?
Okay, so I'm gonna publicly come out and say it because it relates to Space App. Jay and I had, I guess, some kind of thing that went south, and I honestly don't know. I don't know what happened, why it happened. I don't care anymore. But anyways, for my next top streamer submission, it was season 2. Yeah, season 2. I made the Most Glorious parody song, similar to the tune of Bo Burnham's Bezos, like Jeffrey
I
Bezos.
liked it. I thought it was funny.
Everybody that knew me was on board with it because of just the creativity, which it's funny because I look at all the submissions, at least for like from season 2 even through season 4, like some of the people that have made submissions are just like, wow. Some of them I just was like, can you just be a little bit more creative like Anamaki and not say like, hi, I'm so and so and I'm your next top streamer. Like, I know that they want that.
Fire.
I know that they want that, but I would just rather just have that, creativity of just like boom, instead of announcing that you're auditioning for a top stream. That's just my opinion, though. But anyways, my video or audition included elements of uh, a hashtag trend that I was trying to get trending on Twitter, but failed epically because nobody fucking cared. And Jay's picture in the thing with hashtag verify Phoenix. The long story short is that, oh, I remember now why I was upset. There are verifications and early like partner things going on that I was not included in, but I was, one of the early adapters and helpers and one of the quote unquote staff members of the of good old Space App. Even if I wasn't like a staff member, I was part of their early hover lab type thing. And looking back at it, it was kind of dumb for me to put that on there, honestly. And I did hurt feelings, which I was just like, at that point, fuck your feelings. But putting myself into somebody else's shoes, even if they're small and comfortable, because I wear like size 12, so I don't know what other shoe size everybody else wears. Maybe that was not the best approach. Maybe a bridge was burned. Maybe I could have went about it a different way, but it was just me in the moment. And at this point, I'm open to say my bad. I've learned from it. I'm not gonna take somebody's picture that I guess like I'm not on good terms with, because I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do it again. I might just take Cali's and just put it on there and have her falsely say something about like hashtag we are the rising or something like that. Somebody close in actually within the rising, and go about it like that. But yeah, no, that was a lesson learned that I took a little too far.
I mean, at least you learned from it. Like, it backfired. Honestly, in my opinion, like, and I am friends with Jay.
You're Switzerland.
I saw it from both points of view. Like, I understood where he was coming from, but I also knew that it wasn't necessarily malicious and in malintent on your side. So I was just kind of like, get over it. But I also understood how like that hurt him. So like it's something, again, that was something that I was just like, well, I'm not gonna get involved in that. Like, I don't, that was not for me. Like, I don't know. Like, that was one of those things that I was like, that one's not for me. So yeah. I'm not gonna to jump into that one. But I didn't find it offensive, but then again, it wasn't aimed. You didn't really aim it at him, so I can't even say it wasn't aimed at him. Like, it just, I don't know. That's not even the one that I was talking about. Like, I was just wondering if you. So yeah. I'm interested that was interesting that that's the one that you brought up, but that's not. I was just talking about in general.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that I've had any other like bad moments per se. I mean, there is another one that is just. I don't think that it was like trolling on my part. It was just me, just like annoyed. But every time I talk about it, we laugh it off. So. But yeah, just to, I guess, get it out in the open, I guess.
I definitely
check boxes, of what we were going to talk about today.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had a moment where I had to like go, oh shit, I went too far.
I mean, do you even troll, bro?
It's rare, and the people that I do troll are very much in on it. Like earlier. So we have a friend, Taylor Trouble. She was playing Layers of Fear on stream, and I was abusing the shit out of the soundboard. Like it's just another friend that I do that a lot with is Awake Jimmy. I abuse the shit out of the soundboard. Like listen, if you're gonna put it out there, I will happily dump my money into the bits to use the soundboard to scare the shit out of you because I think it's funny. Because everybody thinks it's funny to scare the shit out of me. So
And it's gone.
But like, I don't think I have ever crossed a line because I'm a people pleaser at heart. So I'm one of those people that are like, is this okay? Is that okay that I said that? I didn't mean to offend you. Like, do I need to take it back? I really apologize. Like, I'm like, please don't be mad at me. Don't hate me. Like, I'm just that person. I don't like being disliked. I know it's feasibly impossible to be everybody's favorite person, but and that's my own mental health disorders that I internalize and then outwardly project of not being good enough for anybody. So I try very hard not to make anybody feel less than, which is essentially what trolling is for me. Cat. Excuse me. I'm sorry. My cat decided that we were gonna eat my light. So now people who know me in real life would say something very opposite. Because when I know you on a real life level and I'm interacting with you on a daily basis, like in person, especially if you're my roommate, there are no things that are off limits. But that boat floats both ways in my house. Like if I'm going to dish it out, I damn well better be able to take it just as much. So I'm a big believer in that. If you're gonna dish it out, you better be able to take it back. And if you can't, you have no business dishing it out.
No. I want to dish it all out and never get it back. No.
I'm definitely one of those people that I'm just like, no, like if you can't sit here and jokingly troll someone and then when they do it back you're like, no, and you get all offended, like then you have no business doing it in the first place. Like that's just no.
I don't know. What?
No. Anything you can do, I can do better.
No,
like,
this isn't a Gatorade commercial.
that's just how I feel. So, like we've had one of my best friends who is no longer a roommate. That's how it used to be. Like he would dish it out and I would turn right around and give it right back, and that just kind of, we just would go back and forth. We used to have a phrase where it was like, I broke, insert whoever you broke. And if you could literally make someone collapse on the floor, laughing so hard they're crying, or storm out of the room, you won. So that was, I will not tell you which one I was more often than not, but it was a thing. So that's kind of, I when it comes to trolling or whatever it is, teasing, whatever you want to call it, that is my number one philosophy. That if you are going to troll, first of all, make sure you know what you're trolling about. Make sure that it's not something that shouldn't be joked about.
Okay. Because I know Mrs. Phoenix probably hears me in the down below, so hopefully she does. So there's a couple called Charles and Alyssa, and the reason why I bring this up is because of what you had just said. And oh my goodness, I still get upset thinking about this. She had me watch this video of again, Charles and Alyssa, they